now.
Growing up, did you ever wish that you could sing in front of a crowd, act on stage, or dance on TV just because it looked like it was fun? Well, the sad truth is that for many celebrities out there, it was the exact opposite. One of those celebrities being Britney Spears. As we are influenced by themes of pop culture every day, whether it's magazines, our phones, social media, the radio, or books, we don't usually think about some of the things that some of the biggest celebrities in their life have to sacrifice. I myself admire Britney Spears because of her feminist icon representation and her talented musical skills. So today, I would like to talk about Britney Spears' rise to fame, her downfall in conservatorship with her parents, and her comeback that changed the world. To begin, I would like to start by discussing Britney's childhood and her early rise to fame. On March 2nd, 2021, Brittany Dunn from Pace Press's article, Framing Britney Spears, quoted, "Her talent was evident from the beginning of her life, but her parents did not know what to do with such talent at such a young age." Britney Jean Spears was born to Jamie and Lynn Spears on December 2nd, 1981 in the small town of Kentwood, Louisiana, where she would soon begin performing in her church's choir. When her parents noticed the increase of her talent, they soon assigned her with child talent agent Nancy Carson, who ultimately landed her with an audition for the Mickey Mouse Club TV show. In 1997, Britney Spears expressed her fondness for singing, and she soon landed a record deal after only making a couple of demos. But her mom was unable to travel after Britney Spears' younger sister Jamie was born, and her father was an alcoholic with little to no interest in her career at the time. So Britney, accompanied by her assistant, moved to New York and started producing music. In 1998, Britney Spears released her first single by the title Baby One More Time, and sales skyrocketed along with her career, and it still remains one of the most iconic singles released in history. Next, I would like to talk about Britney Spears' downfall and conservatorship with her father. According to Daniel Papura from NYU Law's article Stronger Than Yesterday, The Fall of Britney Spears' Conservatorship from November 29, 2021, he says, "Despite the fact that such control over Britney's life was granted due to her supposed inability to care for herself, she has been actively working for the vast majority of the conservatorship period." After Britney Spears got her first divorce from ex-husband Kevin Federline in 2008, she had a public breakdown as a result of her increasing mental health issues. Due to the appearance of Britney's popularity and star status spiraling, her father decided to take control over the situation by gaining a temporary conservatorship, which later became permanent. This conservatorship lasted for almost 13 years. A conservatorship is whenever a court appoints someone to be responsible for an adult that is seen as unable to take care of themselves or their finances. But in April of 2019, the hashtag Free Britney movement became popular after an anonymous voicemail was released on a podcast voicing their concerns of the details between Britney and her father and the conservatorship. Multiple documentaries were soon made and fans started protesting, which ultimately led to Britney addressing the court in June of 2021, where she requested to end the arrangement as a whole after exposing trauma with details such as not being allowed to see her doctors, being monitored 24/7 with no privacy, and being forced to work. Conveniently, around the same time, Britney's father decided to end the arrangement, but instead of pushing in, Britney decided to push for an investigation to be led on her father's abuse towards the conservatorship. Lastly, I would like to talk about Britney, not only as her comeback as a person, but as a pop star. On November 8, 2023, Kylie Sanders of 70 People article, A Review of the Woman in Me, said, "I know we all want to know what goes on behind the scenes of celebrities' lives, but we are not entitled to those details. Celebrities are people too, after all." On November 12, 2021, Britney Spears was released from her conservatorship, followed by her speaking publicly about it for the first time that following year, and how it impacted her mental health for almost 10 years. In 2023, Britney Spears brings even more light to the situation by releasing her first memoir titled The Woman in Me, giving an insight on her life as a global pop sensation. She also shares never before seen details about the length of her conservatorship and emphasizes the fact that celebrities are still people at the end of the day like anyone else. This book also taught many readers that speaking up for yourself will always do you good, and that silencing your voice will not. To conclude, today we have discussed Britney's rise to fame, her downfall, and her re-emergence as a global pop sensation. I hope we can now recognize that although celebrities live their life in the spotlight, they still have to give up some of the most valuable things in life, like their voice, their privacy, and their own life, just to live their own dreams. But today, Britney Spears lives as a reminder that strength and resilience will continue to define her success for years to come. Thank you.
Yay. Hey.
Good job, Margaret.
Yeah.